Vilisink back again, Raid Shadow Legends, and in this one I'm going to show you a champion at level 50 who is just phenomenal. She will help you in her faction, being Faction Wars. You can build her for Arena. She is a great dungeon support as far as a heal, also for the buffs, the support she brings, and at 6 stars she just gets even better because she throws the banner on, which means you can, in my case, get more HP or resistance. And the champion I wanted to kind of take a look over is one I recently changed. I recently changed her up a little bit. A few chickens short otherwise, I potentially would have debated putting her into other arena, for instance, and showing you some runs. But I think 6 star just for the banner would be really nice. Maybe not for the resistance, maybe for the HP depending on the build. But Skytouched Shaman, who is a barbarian support epic, and she's really fantastic. So mine has no masteries. She is fully booked. Her kit is Talon Knives, AoE attack, heals by 15% of the damage inflicted if this champion has less than 50% HP. If it's above 50%, she gets a turn meter boost, which is quite nice. It allows her to go faster, or it allows her to heal your team. Either way, fantastic A1. Immortal Skies removes all debuffs from all allies, so a full team cleanse, doesn't matter what it is gone. And because it's on your team, you do not need accuracy for your team. You only need accuracy if it's for an enemy. If it's for your own team, you don't. She then places, after that full cleanse, block debuffs and revive on death buff on all allies for 2 turns. So in dungeons is good, in faction wars is nice, it gives you that support you need. In arena, she's a great counter to torment teams because the block debuffs goes on first. Give her enough resistance to not be frozen. Immortal Skies goes along, boom, everybody in the team has blocked debuffs. You are then free to buff up as you would normally do and take care of business as you would do it. This goes to a 4 turn cooldown, which is really nice. And the faster you make her, obviously, you might put in a secondary booster. The smooth will just come by quicker and quicker. But stay in ritual, kind of a weird one here. Damages herself by 10% of her max HP at the start of every turn. Heals all allies except herself. Roughly 5%. If it's half of 10%, go to half of the lost HP she loses. Also, she can put decreased speed on herself, along with a 50% chance to put fear on herself for 1 turn, which is something I've never truly understood. If you do, stick it down below. It's just very weird. Her aura is quite nice. All battles, which means dungeons, hell, take her into clan boss, faction wars. She will give you an increased HP aura of 25%. Like I said, it's all booked, so what she's kind of looking to do is this. So the quicker you get back to Immortal Skies, the better. And I recently just kind of changed her up a little bit because she is going to be 6 starred pretty soon. So add on 96 resistance, add on 16 speed. Then there's potential for glyphs. I'm just curious whether her heals can be critical. It doesn't state it like it does in Apothecary, his gear set, so kind of why I was not giving her higher crit rate, but I'm really curious as to whether that does. And also master rays and other things can put up. So realistically, so it's still rough. Realistically, if I gave her master rays, I could then not give her, if it wasn't arena, I could give her a different banner compared to the resistance one, make it HP. If I wanted to make it a bit higher, if it was for arena, you're still going to take the 50 resistance, improve parry, resurgent to remove debuffs and so forth. Get as much resistance as you can so you can actually be that support you need to be. But just now she has 33,600 HP, 1200 attack, 2000 defense, 191 speed. Crit rate, crit damage is not really important. I was going for some resist, and as a 50, I feel it's actually quite nice. 243. Accuracy is not really important. She's in immunity just because she puts decreased speed and a chance to place fear on herself. So, depending on your arena team, and if she's 6-star, it might not go 3 rounds. That means the immunity gives you block buffs, counter for Torment, counter for anybody like Torment. Also for dungeons, if you can clear the waves relatively fast, you won't have to worry about the decreased speed or the fear that she puts on herself, and she'll just be able to continuously just yawning. Oh no! Just go back to Immortal Skies. The A1 gives her some turn meter. It gives the team a heal, so it's still a decent A1. There's nothing really that bad about it. She has speed on this weapon here. No resistance. I did feel the speed was a little bit more important just to get her above like the 190 at least type of mark. We also have the potential to get HP percentage or resistance at level 16. We have resistance and 17 speed on this helm and immunity. We have 23 resistance. We have 11 speed and 7% HP. And this is all to be glyphed, which is pretty fantastic. I have maximum roll on my resistance. It's also helped me finish Area Man 2 mission as well. And with defense, some speed and a 60% HP. Resistance, chest plate with 21% defense. I did hit the speed, so the 2 substats there I was looking for I did get. And I don't like these speed boots at all, but they're kind of all I have for the moment in immunity. And I feel like it's one of her very, very best sets. Just because you don't want her to put fear on herself. You don't want her to miss a turn. You have to make sure, she does what she has to do. I gave her... So it's getting better, but it is what it is. Let me just take a little drink real quick. Relentless does fix everything. Not the gear set, the drink. It's fantastic. So, defense on the ring at 16, 17% HP, 15% defense. Fantastic, I love it. We have 40 resistance on a defense amulet. And when I 6-star her, I'm pretty sure I have a choice between 10 speed, 12% defense, or I have 16 speed, and 96 resistance to add on to the 243 she has. So she can only really get better. She is one of the best supports. Can we show... I don't know if she's fast enough for... But what I can do is go to faction wars real quick. We'll show you the first wave. Won't really need to watch the whole battle. But what we'll do is we'll jump to 20. If you do 20, make sure on wave 3 you absolutely have to make sure you take out Blind Seer on wave 3. Because if you don't, she'll revive everybody with block damage, and that's not what you're wanting. We'll just quickly show you this. So we'll show how she works to begin with. She goes in, still does her thing. Decrease defense, rally the horde, increase speed, amount of boost. There we have the buffs. Now we're safe. Doesn't matter what they're going to do. They can't slow us down. They can't stun us. That's what we're looking for. And when it comes to faction wars, if you have Skytouched Shaman at a 50, use her. Just use her. It doesn't matter who else you have. Silo the Drakes, Skytouched Shaman, High Katoon is a free champion, War Maiden you can farm. Pretty much most of this team, yes, Skytouched Shaman is a void, but most of the team we see here is obtainable. Ultan can be anybody, could be Rorik. So 4 or 5 turns, but again we're back. We should be get immunity on Skytouched Shaman from her gear set. Straight back into the more buffs again. Continuing on. We're about to get some stuns in a second. Paragon, if you stun him, it helps. He does put unkillable on people. It doesn't really bother you that much. It just it makes the run really bloody long, which is a pain in the butt. What we might do is, well, maybe because we don't really need to see wave 3, we'll kill a few people here. So the guy that has unkillable, we'll avoid him. Let's take out Hex Weaver, who actually was a free champion. One of the free champions that you could have got when you started the game. This is just not a team that, this is not the team that I cleared the faction with, but it's very close. Just not built for damage at all. Life shackles. So guys, you've kind of seen that we get the cleanse. We then cannot be debuffed. We're getting a heal. We're getting increased speed. We've got a very, very good team here. We will just jump forward in a little bit. Wave 3, it's just going to be the same thing over and over again. We're going to get all the buffs you could possibly imagine. In a couple of weak hits, we have force. So jump on in, tap on Blind Seer. Obviously, we have the passive from Seeker, giving everybody increased defense, which is a bit of a pain in the butt. But we have to kill Blind Seer so it doesn't block damage the whole team. And there we go. Skytouched Shaman yet again, keeping everything going, helping us out, great support. And you have to understand that we're not being stunned, we're not getting decreased speed, decreased attack, decreased defense for that first few turns. That's quite important because that can really, really hinder you. So are we going to be killing Blind Seer relatively quick here? This team actually is doing a bit better than I thought they would. So now that she's done, we can get rid of this champion right here. Seeker is annoying. Will we lose anybody? Maybe. But again, if you have Scylla the Drakes, fantastic champion. She's going to solo this for you 1,000,000%. And this Skytouched Shaman gets knocked on her butt. We can pick her back up. So we get the passive heal from Syl. We have the increased defense, potentially from Ultan. Turn meter boost from Skytouched Shaman. There you go, revive on death. Perfect. Oh, everybody is reviving on death. Fantastic. Even more use. So what we'll do is, so you don't have to watch us finish this off, we'll just go to the victory screen. Probably take about a minute or so, and we'll see you guys there. There you have it, guys. I think it was less than a minute to actually finish that off. So obviously high Katoon, Scylla the Drakes didn't do that much damage, did heal though. Skytouched Shaman 406,000 in heals, damage taken wasn't too high, did her job. She gave us buffs. She allowed us to revive on death, which was quite clutch, as you've seen. At 50, she gave us increased defense. And as you've seen, the immunity set she had on herself enabled her for the first 3 moves. Sorry, not the first 3 moves, but the first 3 turns of each round. Really to make sure she got off the buffs and the skills she had to get off. So even as a 50, Skytouched Shaman, one of the best cleansers in the game. You know, a lot of content creators in high plat will use her. They will give her high resist, nice HP, will make her very fast though. You're looking at maybe plus 250 speed. So it can get gear intensive. But depending on where you are, you might not need that. You know, so if you have Skytouched Shaman, yes, she's a void champion. Get her built, give her HP, give her some tanky stats, HP, defense. make her as quick as you need her with some resistance. And as you've seen, at a level 50, she could do 21, but it just takes a lot longer. I'm sure I made changes to the team because they weren't doing. I think I maybe changed Ultan, or I think potentially I changed. What's the free one again? Pikatoon. Just because they weren't doing as much damage, but nonetheless, she can do it at a 50. At a 60, she's 1,000 times better, guys. So I wanted to show off Skytouched Shaman. You've seen the build. You've pretty much seen everything that I've gave her for. It's kind of how I would advise to build her. If you can do an immunity, that is 1,000 times better. So as always, guys, I appreciate your time. Stay safe, keep on reading, and until next time, guys.